All right, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy we use to scale this brand profitability from 50K a month to over 170K a month, and that primarily coming from new customers and not retention. You can also see that we increased their sales by 42%, doing around 480K in April to 850K in August. And that all happened within only 4 months and before the Q4. And behind all this growth, there were three main things: media buying strategy, creative strategy, and working on increasing their average order value. You can see in here, we increased it by 22%. It was around 82 in April, and in August, it was 100. At the same time, we also maintained their conversion rate. So I'm going to cover all this in this video. So let's get started. So for context, my name is Amjad, and I've been in the e-com space since more than 6 years, and I've helped brands like Dunils, Her1, and many others scale to 8 figures. Before I start working with any brands, we always start with a deep audit. We start analyzing everything from media buying, creative strategy, offer, etc. And here are some of the findings and how we changed them to optimize the performance. So the first thing, on the media buying side, we saw that they had a lot of campaigns running at the same time. And look, to be honest, there's no problem with running many campaigns. I have nothing against this. I've seen accounts running on high spend with many campaigns, but the problem is when you have all these campaigns running with the same offer, same targets. So there's no clear difference why you have all these campaigns at the same time. You're basically just duplicating the campaigns over and over again with the hope that this will be more efficient and will get you more scale. We change that to one main testing campaign. I usually like to start with ABO or sometimes CBO, depends on the case. And then we have one main scaling CBO. So basically we take all the winners we get from here and we rescale them in the CBO. And then we have the main scaling cost cap or bid cap, whitelisting and partnership ads campaign, and then a retargeting campaign on low budget. The second thing I've noticed is that they had their top spending campaign having a very low new visitor percentage. And this is a problem because basically you're spending most of your budget on people who already know you. And this is not ideal. You want always your top spending campaign to get you more new users in the funnel, and the lower spending campaigns to retarget those users who didn't buy from you yet, with the middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel creatives until they convert. Just like in here, for example, the second top spending campaign, it has a very high new visitor percentage, and that's leading to a very profitable new customer ROAS. So that was also one of the first things we've changed. We changed the budget allocation of that campaign and made this campaign to become the top spender in the account. And then the next thing we've seen is a very common mistake. They have been overspending on creative tests. So for example, here, this creative has spent around 4,000 euros with this ROAS and kept live. This one as well, this one, etc. So that was also something we immediately started doing. We started implementing our own rules to stop the spend on the new creative test that usually spend from 2 to 3 times the AOV without being profitable. And the last thing we've seen in this account is that there was no any audience defined. And this is a problem because you're basically making the work on Meta harder to reach you new audiences. And also by not doing this, you can't break down the campaigns and you can't see where your spend is going. For example, this is from a different account where we have all the audience defined. You can see exactly if our spend is going in the right direction. You can see in here most of our spend is going on new audience, and only few of the spend is going on existing customers and engaged audiences. So that's it in terms of the media buying. Now when it comes to the creative strategy, they had a very common problem that they had a winning angle, winning concept, and they kept doing this over and over again. And by doing this, they reach a scaling plateau. They can't scale anymore, no matter how many new variants they made for that concept. They were always getting unprofitable ROAS. And this has to do with the creative diversity. Now this topic is becoming more and more important after the Andromeda update. You need to start doing more concepts, new angles, so you can reach a new pocket of audiences. Otherwise, even if you launch new ad creators, but they have the same concept and the same angle, they will go to your existing users and you'll start facing issues where you have a lot of spend, but all that spend is going on existing users. So what we've done here is we start implementing our strategy. So we always start with defining the winning elements of the older creatives, put them in a sheet so we can understand the winning elements like the winning visuals, winning wording, winning pattern, winning type of creators, etc. Then we start researching new angles, new personas, and new concepts. After finishing the research, we start putting the plan together and it looks like this. So we take all the winning pattern from the older creatives and then we start testing one new persona. This persona will get tested with 3 angles. Each angle will get tested with 3 to 4 concepts. So this strategy is proven for us since more than a year. And especially now after the Andromeda update, we're seeing great success with it because it also fits the creative diversity things. With this, we're basically giving Meta a lot of options to reach new audiences. And our main goal of this is to get new winners, and these winners become high spenders in the account. So as you can see in here, we got some new winners and all these winners are on a high spend. For example, this creative alone have spent around 60,000 euros customers and got 2.5 ROAS on blended and also 2.11 on new customer ROAS. This one 33, 31, 15, and all of them are very profitable on new customers. And then the next thing is the offer and the AOV. So the first thing here we've done with the audit was the unit economics audit. And as you can see, they had an AOV of around 64 euros and CAC of 31. And that was leaving them with a profit margin of around 5%, which is very low. So we knew creatives and media buying alone will not really increase that margin. We need to increase the AOV. So we started testing these offers with the old winning creatives, and we found the new winners, which was the buy one, get 50% off. And this increased the AOV to around 99 euros. And with this new AOV, they have a much better unit economics. So as you can see, AOV is around 100 and CAC got increased a little bit. It goes also a little bit more, sometimes around 40 euros. But even with 40 euros, they're way much more profitable than before, because you can see in here with 35, they have a profit margin of 22%. So even if this goes to around 40, 42, they still have around 14 to 16% margin, which is way much better than they had before. That's pretty much it. Now, if you have an ecom brand that you're doing around 100K, 200K a month, and you want to scale to the next level more profitably, then click on the link below, book a free call, and I will offer you a free audit like this. And from there, we'll see if it's good fit or not. See you there.